most definitely. It was. You was right, and you talk about Spring Garden Sandrock girls playing. We have so much respect for Coach Bates and her program, and people around this area that hasn't seen a Spring Garden Sandrock girls game over the last 20, 25, go 30 years, I guess back. It's a treat. When I'm looking at my schedule, and I think we're 24-1 right now, and there's not a single game that we have won that I don't think Sandrock would have won also. I believe they would have won the same games we won playing our schedule. And so when we go against each other this year and last year, that's two of the best girls teams around in the whole part of the state in any class. And I would put our team and their team up against, like I said, most teams in the state. And so when we play each other, it does bring out an unbelievable every play is so intense, every loose ball, every rebound, every missed free throw. And like you said, hitting back-to-back threes, I mean, some games that's not a big deal, but that was a big deal. It gave us just enough wiggle room to a little comfortable. In my notes right here, you got it dead on the head. It was 26-21 halftime. We outscored them 18-8 in the third. Neely had a big part of that. It put us up 44-29. But there was absolutely no comfort in that. When you play Sandrock as well as they shoot it, you blink your eyes and they could hit back-to-back threes or three threes in a row, and then you've got a tie ball game again.
Yeah,
that's bad not to have.
Never over to the horn sounds.
That's bad not to have comfort up 15, isn't it?
Absolutely. And unfortunately, we played Sandrock so many times that every game is like that. There's no relief until the horn sounds.
Oh, Lord,
it's you never know when Miss Henderson or Garrett or Lisenby or St. Clair or somebody is or Ballinger. Good gracious, man!
Well.
Yeah, so you don't know when one of them's going to cut loose either.
Well, Coach,
Absolutely.
how much regular season do you have left with the girls?
Hanley tomorrow.
Yes, we
Hanley.
kind of short on games, and I've actually been on the phone the last few weeks trying to pick up some extra games. There's a couple of possibilities, but going forward right now, we got Hanley at home tomorrow night.
Yeah.
On the 27th, we have Oxford coming to our gym. We've already played them 2 times.
That's Thursday.
Beat them in the championship game, the Thanksgiving Classic, and then they beat us, and that's our only loss. They turn around and win the Calhoun County tournament this weekend, so
Wow.
they're coming to the Garden on the 27th, and we're looking really forward to that. They got a great squad. I think they just moved into the top 10 in 6A rankings, and so they bring a very intense, in-your-face type game. So then we travel to Springville. Always respect Coach House, and our girls have never played at Springville, so that's going to be a new atmosphere for us. And then we finish up February the 1st, unless I pick up a game or two. We finish up going to Hanley. And so, we got all these are big schools. There's 4A, 7A, 5A, so, it's some big girls, big physical bodies, intense games, and kind of concerned about getting beat up because of the physicality of those games. But
that's a good point.
You really can't worry about that. You just got to close the season out and, use what you can going forward.
Well, Coach, why has there been a shortage of games? Does it have something to do with some sickness or something?
Well, yes, and then just schedule, and it's hard to schedule.
Right.
It's hard for us to find games without playing, big schools, without having to travel so far. And but when the season started, I only had 26 games down. You can play you can play 30. And so right now we're sitting with 25, 26, 27. We're sitting here with 29. So if I can pick up one more, I'm going to work on that.
And then you'll have the area tournament, right? Following that.
Absolutely. Got the area tournament after that, and we are the host school. And we have our area tournament meeting this week sometime to discuss, the days and the times and everything that we want to host.
Okay.
That sounds good. Yeah, me and Bo, we were talking last night and this morning about, you guys playing Hanley tomorrow. And I was like, you want to prepare your kids to get ready and for a season. But man, good gracious, those are, like you said, those are some big girls, and they play tough. I mean, just like y'all do, and it's a good experience. You can go out there and play with those guys. So I guess that leads me to say, and I know coaches don't like looking in the future, but playoff wise, and I know it's way too early, I guess, but who's good on the other bracket, on the other side that you may meet later? I guess is what I'm asking. I'm kind of asking you to be a magician, look in your crystal ball, and see who's good on the other side that you may run into.
Well, I've got a good feel for that. I think, and obviously, Sandrock's as good as anybody we're going to play going forward. I mean, hopefully we see them in the area championship game, and that's a big hurdle again to have to go against them guys for a fourth time. But then outside of the area, our winner runner-up will cross, and it looks like it's going to be Pisgah and Ider. Pisgah, my goodness, they're still just –
they're always
they're having a good year again.
Yeah, and they're solid again. And so Ider is a much improved team. They have played Pisgah to a 7-point game and a 5-point game in regular season. So whoever's runner-up whoever's the winner in our area is going to get a tough Ider or a very tough Pisgah team coming to their gym, and nothing's guaranteed there. That's as good as it gets throughout the state. I mean, you're going to be playing a highly top-ranked team just to advance to the regionals, and so it's a gauntlet, man. I mean, it's going to be brutal. So if you win, you're looking at probably playing Midfield first round at Jacksonville State. And Midfield, very athletic, very big. They feel like they're one of the top 3 programs in the state. I've been seeing some chatter from them that they feel like they're being disrespected. And so, that can bring on somebody hungry and have a huge chip on their shoulder. And,
yes, that's right.
And so, that's a huge road. I mean, they're going to be ranked 3rd or 4th if you meet them at that time. Then you got to possibly have to turn around and play a Pisgah, Ider, Sandrock in the championship game. So it's going to be a heavyweight bout. Whoever's last girl standing is going to get the opportunity to advance to Final Four. And, you put people in that mix, and there's 4 teams that I feel like anybody has a chance to come out of that and walk on in and have a great chance to win a state championship. Not overlooking other people throughout the state. I'm just telling you, that is the toughest region. And I have seen other sports writers throughout the state label the 2A region in the Northeast toughest region in any classification in the entire state.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, talking about the boys now, we'll go in and talk about them a little bit. It's the first time since 2018. Tell us about how that game got set up.
Well, 2018 was a relief to win that championship because I think the boys should have won it. They should have won that game. They were the best team going in. So when that horn sounded, it was just a huge relief. First time in 20 years that we had won one. When we won the 18 to the 9. I mean, it was 98. I think Tommy Lewis won the last one here, and so that was just a huge relief for everybody associated with our boys program. We wanted that thing really bad, and so winning again this year, it was kind of a little bit different. It was this one I felt, even though we were the top seed, I felt like we were the underdog in it. So it had a different feel to it than that one. This one was a lot more of a that first one was a relief. This one had a little bit more of a celebration about it.
Well, y'all won that one, of course, versus Center in 18, where your older son, Riley, he was a senior, so you get to win again with Coop as him being a senior. The first time it was 61-60. Now, this game was a little different. It was 51-46. I mean, scrabbling and scrapping, Dean, you'd had to have been there. They're diving on the floor for the ball. They are squeaking up the floor. They're getting strawberries on their elbows and their chins. It was a very good game. It was, let's see, a Coop hit a 3 in the 4th, about 3:30 left. Just really kind of opened it back up. But it was Center was up 13-6 in the first period, right, Coach?
It was 16-13 Center into the first, but they were up 13-6 at one point. Yes,
17-11 at the half.
Yeah, it was. I think halftime score was 24-23 Center. And we were down 1 at half, and come out the third quarter.
Did you adjust? I mean, we know you adjusted, but what was you told the girls about playing defense, winning championships. What was the boys? I guess what'd you?
Well, yeah, it sure wasn't what we come out the third quarter and we scored 3 points in the third quarter. And luckily our defense was good enough. We held them to 9. So same message. I told the guys, I said, hey, I can't control the ball going in the basket, but we can control our defense. I didn't know we were going to come out and shoot the ball so poorly, but thankful our defense was really solid, and just holding them to 9 in the third with us scoring 3. I feel like that might have been the biggest part of the game that gets overlooked. Cooper Shaw was huge. Our fourth quarter was huge. We outscored them 25 to 13 in the fourth quarter. But that 9-3, our defense in the third. And we're at halftime, and I'm about to finish up my little game plan, and Cooper stands up in the middle of the locker room, and he gets everybody's attention, and he referenced back to 2018. He said 2018, Riley and them was up 1 point at halftime, and center come out in a 1-3-1 half-court trap, and they just wanted it more than we did, and they whipped us, and then we finally hung on and won, come back and won the thing in the fourth down, and Cooper referenced, he said, don't let them come out and hit us in the mouth in the third quarter. And so, everybody just was looking at him like, it was amazing to watch.
What your kid be a leader?
Step up in the locker room, and then everybody want to follow that and then come out and finish the game like they did with such intensity. That was very special for us.
Coach, what's your boys' record this year?
We're sitting here right now at 13-6, and going forward, it's a lot like the girls, but we do have an extra game or 2 in there.
Right.
We're Hanley at home tomorrow. My goodness, you know what kind of athletes they got. And our guys,
they got athletes down there.
Night, but got Hanley's guys here, and Faith Christian Thursday, who beat us at Faith. They got a very good team. If you come to invitational tournaments, you saw what they've got. They've got a really good 1A squad. That's a team you better be looking out for in 1A region in the north. They're going to surprise some people. We got Weaver here the 28th. We go to Springville the 31st. Springville just beat Oxford 2 times in the last 2 weeks. Springville beat us last week 19 on the road. So we're going to Springville. Then we go to Hanley on the 1st. That's another just tough game.
It is.
Finish up here with Cedar Bluff. So, I'm sure Cedar Bluff's going to have a little bit of revenge factor from the county tournament. So that's a tough way to close out for the guys, but I do think it's going to make us stronger in the playoffs.
Hey, Coach, I come up with an idea, and you can shoot this down if you want to, but it would be a fundraiser, and you can tell me what you think, and I'll fill you in some other time. I may come to the game Thursday night and tell you how this conversation even got started. But would you be interested in your girls playing a boys team after the season?
After the season.
And here's the deal now. All the boys got to be at least 21 or older. Because they're going to be a little bit out of shape.
A little bit out of shape. Hey, if the money's right, we'll do it. We can raise enough money for whatever we're raising money for. That would be a great opportunity. That'd be fun.
I think, how it come up, somebody made a comment that there's no way that a girls' team could beat a boys' team. And then, of course, Spring Gardens girls was mentioned. And I'm like, well, their girls and boys ought to play. I'm like, and then somebody said, well, they can't do that because they all know what the other one does. They can defend each other. And I said, well, you could get older kids. So, just keep that in mind.
That's funny you mentioned that because this group of girls, we scrimmage against our B team boys a lot.
Right.
And it's almost like the days we scrimmage, there's some days we scrimmage those boys that we play better in that game than we do in some of the games against girls. Our girls get so excited to just kick a feed out from a boy when they get a chance.
Right.
It really is competitive. But you start talking about playing boys and girls, of course,
right.
Physicality and size always is a big issue. But
right.
Our girls' intensity most definitely wouldn't be timid.
Right, yeah. Well, just give it a thought.
All right, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, we ain't gonna keep you up much longer. I know this is kind of your only day off. I mean, it's been a crazy last 2 days. We'll just kind of finish up, I guess, with I'll mention some of the boys. Chaz had 13, and Little John's what I call him. He's not really little. He's not little anymore. He winds up with 14. Talk a little about Chaz being back and about how valuable these young guys like John and Jacob are. Mention him too.
Absolutely. Jacob didn't get a lot of minutes last night,
Yeah.
but it was just, he has though. In the past, we've really utilized him, and he's been really good for us. It's just one of them nights last night. The lineup I needed was the lineup we played the second half with. But yes, John and Jake being young, getting a lot of experience, and we talked about that, guys, going forward in your careers, you've got to use this game here as a foundation. But so proud of John and how he stepped up. I've heard so many people talk about his game last night, and he's really working hard, and he's going to be something. Just a ninth grader, both of those guys. They're the future. They're the face of Spring Garden basketball, and I've told them that. You guys are the future face of this program, and so are you going to be ready when it's time to ring the bell? And so I think those guys understand, and they're ready to take that challenge. Talking about Chaz.
Man, that's great.
Man, you're talking.
It's great to see him out there. I mean, just not even. I mean, just to even be out there and walk, and here he is out there running and scoring.
I know it. 4 months ago, his foot was on backwards.
Yeah. Lord.
He looked up, and his foot's backwards, and now to play at the level he played at last night, very encouraging for him as a human.
Absolutely.
To have that satisfaction, because he thought his entire career was over. So that's my first thought toward him, is so proud for him and him to feel a sense of accomplishment again. And for what it brings to our team, when he's playing on that, it puts us not another level. It puts us 2 levels better than we were when he can't do that. So we're so excited about his game last night. We were all jumping on him, telling him last night that was an MVP performance.
Yeah.
And, and I thought so, especially the second half. Just unbelievable heart and willing to put the team on his back and say, guys, I got one leg, but come on, I can coach y'all.
I enjoy seeing them all play, and we've watched them for years, and seeing Cam and Chappell when they're out there together. They have a different energy that they bring to the floor. It's just a little bit different. I guess you just kind of have to know the team a little if you ain't watched them a lot. Whoever's listening, we got this Coach Ricky Austin from Spring Garden Panthers over there, Cherokee County tournament winners, boys and girls. And we're talking about Cam Welch and Chappell Pope. When they're on the floor together, they bring some – I don't know. It's just something they bring to the floor. They just really get after it. I mean, jump balls, possession, they're going to go after the ball. If you're going to jump and rebound, they're going to jump right on you and make you hold the ball. I enjoy watching them play.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. And that has been a fun part of coaching those guys too, is what they bring every game and every practice. And it's that way, all the time. Just that whole group of guys. Andrew Bates tore his ACL first play of football season, and he knocks down 2 threes last night.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot. That was big.
Yeah,
the game was kind of close there, and Bates comes down and hits a 3 and then goes, I think they get a rebound, and they may hit a 2, and y'all go right back down. He hits another one.
Absolutely, and he did that at Westbrook the other night on the road in a huge area game, and he just got released January the 1st, and so we still don't know what our potential is. We're still got some wounded guys. It's just now, turning the corner. So it looks good. The rest of the year looks good if we can just keep everybody healthy.
Yeah, I agree. Coach, I don't have nothing else. Dean?
Coach, let me ask you one basketball question. Is there any way to defend a 3?
It's tough. It's tough. It's most definitely changed the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can play that thing perfect defense, and they make it. You just got to tilt your hat. There's some really good shooters out there now, and the only thing we tell our kids, you got to keep working defensively, because everybody's working to shoot the 3. Who's working to play defense? That's what I always ask our kids.
Yeah. All right, everybody, we appreciate y'all tuning in with us tonight, and Coach Rick, we do appreciate your time for calling in and hanging out with us tonight. The first time since 2018, his oldest son, Riley, was a senior. The boys win it again. They won it last night with his other son. It's a senior this year, Cooper, and he was also our Big Diamond Player of the Year. And the girls, this is 3 straight for them. And Ace, his freshman daughter, which got a few more years to play.
He's 3 for 3, huh?
They put it all together last night. So congratulations to Spring Garden Panthers and Coach Austin. They really, really put it all together. Boys and girls too. We enjoy watching y'all, and I'll probably be out there tomorrow night, check it out, Hanley and stuff, and get some more pics and stuff. And I enjoy it. And good luck to you tomorrow night. And we appreciate you again for taking some time to chat with us. And you go put your feet up now.
Hey, Absolutely, guys. It's my pleasure, and I appreciate what y'all do for high school kids in this area. I mean, y'all put them in the spotlight, and that's what this is all about. Appreciate
Right.
y'all helping make memories, guys.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Thank you. See, good luck, Coach.
Hey, thank y'all.
See you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
All right. That's Coach Ricky Austin from Spring Garden.